Hello, welcome back to Let's Play WazHack. Tobiles, the clever, eventually fell the last time round, and in a fairly inglorious fashion. I don't even remember what killed him, but I do remember that it came very suddenly, like all things in the life of Tobiles. So this time we're playing a Valkyrie. We hadn't really played as one of those for a while, but for a long time, the Valkyrie was my best run. So hopefully we can make some progress here. We did rescue Averard, the hunter, who kept shooting us in the back, so I had to disarm him. I'm going to have a bit of a rest because we're down to half health before we proceed. We're also going to have to eat, but we don't have any food that I want to waste. We've got a carrot and 5 apples. But they, of course, all have curative properties. The carrot will be vital if we go blind, and the apple will unpoison us. So, I'm going to pick up the arrows and the dropped magic missile wand that I missed before from that dead gnome. Look at Averard, look at the way he's running. He's looking at us, like he's actually sort of turning his head aside to look at us while he's running. That's creepy. Stop it. Your pet Dalmatian is blocking the cage. Alright, so this floor's completely dark. Do we even have a lamp? We do! We have 2 lamps. Could be cursed, but what the hell? You're weak from hunger. I can't be weak from hunger. Oh, that means we're going to reach the point of fainting soon. I really need to kill some gnomes and eat their innards. Oh, and this floor's a dead end. Okay. No food here. I'm going to have to eat a couple of apples just to stave off the hunger. Alright, so, might as well mine for gems while we're here, so whip out the pickaxe. And just bash away at all this rock. Good. Pick up all the gems, and more gems. You're not having any of these, Averard. These are my gems. If that's what you were shooting me in the back for, then you're going to go away disappointed. Averard is looking weak from hunger. Well, I don't even have enough food for me. I'm not feeding that asshat as well. Alright, so back to the lift. Look, you're basically here as cannon fodder, Averard, so don't start making a fuss. So, open the locked door, and we've got a bag. Food? Food? No! 1 single apple, that's not what I was looking for. Okay, a gnome. Maybe, if we're lucky, we'll be able to eat some intestines here. No! Why do none of these gnomes have organs? This is really distressing. Okay, there's a blob. Quivering blob. Alright. Go, Dalmatian, kill the quivering blob. And you, Averard. Help him out. Go on. Ugh. Wow. Took a while. Was the quivering blob made of anything? No. Alright, so we're having a serious food problem. And we're back to the stage of being weak from hunger here. So, I'm not entirely sure how to proceed with this. Because there isn't really a lot we can do to stave off hunger without just running into food by chance. I mean, I'm going to have to eat all the rest of my food here just so that we don't start collapsing from lack of nutrition. But that's it now. We have no food left. So if we don't run into anything that's made of meat, finally, we're going to have a serious problem, and it might actually be the end of our run. I hate the ones that end in starving to death. Alright. No, I don't want to look at Averard. I'm trying to use the lift. No! Get out of the way! Get out of the way of the lift button! Ugh! Alright, come over this way. I don't even want you in my lift. Now my Dalmatian's in the way. Ugh. Alright. So. Well, there's a gnome in a machine. I can probably take that. Wow, he's actually doing a lot of damage to me. So I'm going to have to resort to a magic missile wand. Shoot him off his machine. And then I'll try to jump over... There's another one. Another wand. Okay. There we go. Is the gnome made of meat? He is not. But apparently we have 3 apples. So I guess we'd better scarf all of them. I don't know where they came from. Maybe the gnome was carrying them. Okay, so beating down his unmanned machine led us to a level up. I'm generally not a fan of taking many levels of the gastronomy ability, since all it does is provide greater portions of meat when you find them. But we're so desperate for food that actually might be necessary to make the most of any food that we do find. Did he drop a wand over here? He did drop a wand. That's one thing that the gnomish mines are good for. Gnomes usually have wands, so we can get some free wandy goodness from them. So we're slowly beating down this unmanned digging machine after we shot the gnome off the top. Avarad's attacking us now. Avarad just turned on me for no reason. Right, I'm not having that. Wand of Cold, in your face, you ungrateful bastard. I rescued you from captivity in the dungeon, and now you've just started taking swings at me. Ugh, right. So Avarad's off our back, at least. I guess that's something. And now the Dalmatians attacking us as well? Is it because we didn't feed either of them, and they got hungry? You can upgrade your axe skills. Okay, that's fine, but it still worries me that my dog's attacking. So, I'm going to run past and hope that the dog will be distracted by all those enemies. I'm going to magic missile this gnome who's chasing us. Steal his double-headed axe and his long wand. Hopefully the double-headed axe won't be cursed like the last one was. Yep, our dog is just determined to kill us. But I had to kill him. Unfortunate. I really don't understand what caused him to turn on me. Let's vent our frustrations on this frozen orc. Okay. He was wearing a chainmail suit, but it looks like it's not better than our current armour. Health's pretty low. We're probably going to need... Ah! Gnome innards! Gnome innards! At last. Let's pick them up and scarf them down. That's better. So, we're going to have to rest to regain some health. But we're becoming hungry again. Gnome innards don't sustain you for very long. Alright. So what's over here? Usually when we head into this sort of brick-lined area out of the mines, it means that we're getting close to the throne room. And I don't really fancy that. Running into the king. He's bad news. I want to try identifying that double-headed axe that we picked up, but do I want to use a scroll of identify to do that? Why not? Let's do it. Wow, okay. That was a special scroll of identify that identified everything. I love those ones. Okay, so our double-headed axe that we picked up is an uncursed +1 cleaver with a capital C. It's a named weapon. It must be absolutely badass. It even glows. Okay, our scrolls are Scroll of Conflict, Scrolls of Light, Teleportation. Meh, not bothered. What about the potions? Blindness, Confusion, Enlightenment, Healing, Fireproofing. Most of them are a bit bum, frankly. Oh well, at least now we know that we do have some healing potions, and we know which ones they are, should we need them. So, I'm going to avoid the ladder that we left behind back there and go into the lift instead. You've seen me in the past make the mistake of taking a ladder down and then being stuck without the lift and just having to jump down the lift shaft. Don't want to repeat that folly. So, hopefully with my awesome magic enchanted axe, I'll be able to beat all these gnomes. Got another level up. I'm going to say take another level of weapon precision now that we have this badass weapon. Unfortunately, that spider poisoned us, so that's going to be a problem. I don't think we have an apple to get rid of it. No, we don't. We have no food at all. And of course, we're not a spellcaster, so we don't have a cure sickness spell to help with that. Basically, all we can do is sleep it off. So, let's have a bit of a rest. Okay. As I thought, the throne room. But we don't have a key, so we'd have to bust in. Do we want to risk that? Why not? I don't like the king anyway. Let's kick his door open. He doesn't seem to mind. You have murdered my people. For 1,000 gold we'll forgive you. Well, I don't have 1,000 gold, and if I did, I wouldn't give it to you. Gnomes are a good source of nutrition. I'm happy to keep killing your subjects. Okay, we've got more innards and a potion. My evil streak just then wanted me to just pick up the gnome innards, walk back into the Gnome King's throne room and eat them in front of him. Watch me eat the intestines of your subjects! Okay. I don't know how much deeper this mine goes. Presumably it goes all the way down to the king's wine cellar as usual, but I really don't fancy even trying to get in there. We probably can't without the key that the king gives us, but I don't know. Even if we could get in, I don't want to risk going up against those giant rats that have been such a thorn in our collective sides all this time. We now have too many lamps as well, which is an odd problem to have. Maybe I should start rubbing some. I think I've got about 4. Yeah, 4 lamps. Alright, well, the current one... Okay, we have 2 that have a count on the amount of oil they have left, which means they don't contain genies. But we have these other ones that don't say, so they might be genie lamps. So, let's rub one. Oil pours out. What a mess. And we had to drop our weapon as a result, because we're now covered in oil. Why do I do these things to myself? Alright, what's the one we haven't rubbed? Oh, I can't tell. Well, anyway. That was a waste of time. So, what's that thing? Pair of black gloves. That could work. You made of meat? No, you're not made of meat. So few gnomes are made of meat. It's the most peculiar. Okay, we are actually hungry again, and we must be getting pretty close to the point of becoming faint from hunger yet again. So we really need to find some meat from things that we've killed. No, don't go up, Lift. No! If you're a regular viewer, you'll be very familiar with how fickle the lift controls are. How sometimes they go up for no reason. Frustrating. Okay. Just some gems. Not really what I'm looking for. I could try eating gems, but, you know, I would just cut the roof of my mouth, I guess. Okay. We might as well mine the wall since we're here. There's a lot of mining in this episode, actually. But, you know, since we're in a position to do it, we might as well. And actually, while we're here, it makes sense, really, for me to drop the axe that we're not using anymore. That one. And frankly, all the arrows as well. It appears that we don't have a bow. I could have sworn I took one off the backstabbing hunter who was accompanying us, but seems not. So, of course, arrows without a bow are no use. Unless you're playing an unnecessarily pretentious game of darts. So back to the lift. We must be getting close to the bottom now. At least the bottom of the mines. Not the whole dungeon. Don't get excited. You're weak from hunger. I knew it. I knew we were going to reach that stage. Even with the skill that enables us to find more food, we're still reaching the point of almost starving to death. Do I really want to mine this rock wall as well? You know what? I don't. Because the longer we spend doing that, the more hungry we'll become. We really need to prioritise searching for food, rather than mining for treasure. And we haven't even seen a shop, so we can't even offload the treasure that we've already got. Okay, there's a gnome. Be meat! Be meat! He's not meat! Ugh! Okay, what's in this chest? Meat? No meat! There is a hexagonal amulet, though. So I'm going to use a scroll of identify on the amulet, because it could have a really good effect. Cursed Amulet of Unchanging is not what I was looking for. Cursed is obviously an issue, but I'll put it on anyway, because Unchanging is a decent effect. Basically, if you're exposed to polymorph, a polymorph trap, or something, you won't find yourself turned into a snake or a goblin or whatever. We fainted from lack of food! No! Okay, this must be the king's wine cellar. I don't think we can force it open, so I'm not going to bother trying. Instead, I'm going to have to find my way all the way back up. Back up to the top, and hope that we find some food pretty quickly. The thing that I find odd about when you faint from hunger is that you just get up again afterwards. It's not like a gradual, oh, I'm starting to feel faint. You fall over, then you get back up and you're fine. Okay, so we're out of the mines. Hopefully, yeah, enemies, be made of meat. Come on, come on. Okay, lots of intestines and a carrot. Perfect. So let's eat all the innards. Orc innards, orc innards. Wow. Even having eaten all those innards, we're still faint from hunger. Come on, eat all the stuff, including the carrot. Okay, so now we're merely extremely hungry. Oh no, possessed weapon. I don't like it when possessed weapons come for us. They seem to be hard to hit. And of course our Valkyrie proves me wrong immediately by effortlessly destroying it. Golden armour. It's extremely heavy. It's immediately put us on burden level 4. Do we have any uncursing scrolls? Because I don't want to put the gold armour on only to then discover that it's cursed and I can't take it off. We don't, but we do have a couple of identifiers. I'm going to try that. Identify the golden armour. Uncursed +1 suit of golden plate armour. Will it still weigh us down when it's on, or is it one of those games where things don't weigh anything when they're equipped? Let's see. Okay, apparently we actually can't put it on. Yeah, so let's put our previous armour back on, and let's drop the golden armour. It's just not worth it to be 4 times over the limit, the maximum weight limit. I don't know who could possibly wear that armour, because this is a melee character. She's meant to be physically strong. And there's no way in hell she can carry that. Okay, I'm going to test out some of the unknown potions on this blob while we're here. That didn't work. How about you? Brown potion. Alright, the identification isn't going very well there. So let's just move on. It might be worth searching this sewer grate. But first, I'm going to see if the orc is meaty. He is meaty! Okay, let's search the grate. Just rats. Not too worried by rats. They are poisoning me, which is kind of a concern. But we do have healing potions anyway. So I reckon we can cope with this. We're actually pretty close to dying, so I'm going to have to quaff one of our healing potions. Go with full healing. There we go. And investigate the sewer grate again. More rats. Not a problem. Not sure what to do with that acid blob. I don't want to attack it because it'll corrode me. So let's throw potions at it until it dies. No. Don't read to it. That's not what I was trying to do. Potion of oil. Fine. What's that one? Potion of choking. Choke, blob! Choke on the potion I just threw at your orifice-free body. Alright. So. Okay, we did eventually clear out that grate. And we got a load of money out of it. We've got a bonus shield. And a load of meat! Excellent. So, first things first, let's eat all the meat from the rabid rats. Which has poisoned us, but I think it's a worthwhile trade-off. There's also that red-eyed shield, which could be better than our current shield, but it could not. And I don't want to waste an identify scroll on it, since I think we only have one left. But at the same time, I don't want to just, grab it in case it's harmful. We've picked up some more innards, so let's eat all of that. Apparently we're encumbered by all the stuff we're carrying. I imagine it's all the millions of potions and things. So let's try some of them. That was a potion of nothing. So was that. That was gain ability, apparently. Yeah, most of these potions are a bit rubbish. So I suppose I'll drop the potions just to unburden myself a bit. Let's see. And the lamps. I don't need all of these lamps. I'll get rid of those 3 lamps. And potion of blindness, confusion, Fireproofing probably isn't going to be that useful. Hallucination. Levitation. Get rid of all of those. Throw them away. Okay, let's move on. More rats. This seems to be a very rat-centric episode, actually. And we're getting close to being killed again. So, we're going to have to quaff some healing potions in an attempt to stay alive. I can't believe those rats took so much killing. They dropped a lot of meat, but of course it's all rabid rat meat, and that's what poisoned us before. Let's try and sleep off the poison. Keep going. Keep sleeping. You can do it. Stop being woken up by your gastric turbulence. Okay, there we go. Unpoisoned at last. So, let's move on. I'm not bothered about exploring that sewer grate. It'll probably just contain money, but we are being chased by rats. So I'm going to magic missile this batch of rats. So hopefully they won't have chance to poison us. Oh, no charges in that wand. Oh no, 6 charges. Oh, but I'm wielding a cursed wand. Of course. Wow, these rats are really doing a number on me. I'm going to have to rely on another potion of healing here. I keep forgetting that I'm so susceptible to poison after all the poison curing goodness that we had with our wizard characters. Orc isn't made of meat, unfortunately, so let's have a sleep. It's a shame that there isn't an antidote potion or anything. As far as I'm aware, there's no way of curing poison except either by magic or by an apple. You'd think there would be a potion that does it. Is that an apple? It is! No, it's a pear! Oh, you disappointing fruit of trickery. Alright. Well, now that we've managed to hack our way through at least 10,000 rats and slept off several batches of poison, I feel sufficiently stressed to call it a day there for this episode. Thanks for watching, as always, and rejoin me next time to see if we can keep the Valkyrie alive long enough to get somewhere near our record in the depths of the dungeon. So until then, bye for now.